You're listening to the Fun with Horror podcast with your hosts, Scotty and Andrew.
Hello to our beautiful horror fans, family, friends. This is episode 60 of Fun with Horror, the weekly horror movie review podcast in which my best friend, Scotty, and I take turns giving each other movies to watch, then we discuss them the following week. We have two rules here at Fun with Horror. That's whoever picks the next movie has to pick one they've never seen. Rule number 2, we both have to watch it. Last pick was me, and I chose the new 2022 movie, Nope, directed by Jordan Peele and starring Daniel Kaluuya and Kiki Palmer, which we're going to talk about in just a moment. But please remember to listen to the end of this episode where we get to hear Scotty's pick for next week's movie. Also, one more note, if you have a moment, would you please jump over to Apple or Spotify or wherever you listen to this podcast and leave us a nice review. We would really appreciate it. Or if you're on our YouTube, like and subscribe. We would love to have you there as well. But without further ado, hey Scotty, how are you, bud?
Oh, hey. Well, you know how I am.
I do know. Oh, tell everyone what's going on, buddy.
Well, first, just a disclaimer. If somebody that you're listening to has COVID on a podcast, you cannot catch it by listening to the podcast.
I'm taking my mask off then.
Yeah. Well, people don't know that you're not in the same room with me.
Oh, you're right. That's true. Yeah, we're thousands. No, not thousands. We're a lot of miles away.
I think it's thousands.
Is it thousands?
It's probably a couple.
Yeah, all right. Well, there you go.
But yeah, hi.
Hi, buddy. I'm
I
sorry.
have COVID.
That's such a bummer, man. I'm so sorry.
It could be worse. It could be bad COVID.
That's true. Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. I know. Yeah, you said your symptoms are kind of sore throat and sounds kind of like a cold a little bit.
It's a cold.
Nice. All right.
I got it. It started with a scratchy throat 2 days ago, and I tested at home, and it was negative. But yesterday, after work, I went to Carbon Health, which is our local urgent care.
Nice.
And they tested me, and it was positive.
Oh, man.
So, I am in my bedroom. The girlfriend is in the living room, and we are staying. I am isolated in here, and this is the first time I've recorded in my bedroom, sitting on my bed.
Well, look at that. Wow, what a firsts. COVID, bedroom recording. Nope.
And as you know, right when we were doing our test to make sure everything's good, I accidentally flipped my laptop down onto the floor.
Oh, buddy.
Yeah, this is great.
But you know what?
What?
As crazy as things are, we're going to make this a darn good show.
It's going to be darn good.
Darn good.
Everybody out there, I apologize for any throat clearings.
Hey,
I
that's
apologize for any coughing. And, and any snuffles.
Hey,
I apologize for those too.
that's all right. We're pretty, that's what I like about this podcast, though, is we're humans. We have things
But I
happen.
can't speak for everybody out there. Some people might be like, ugh. Why?
Well, you know what? You're a human being. You're going to have some sniffles. That's all right in my book, buddy.
You know what else is exciting, though?
What?
You're about to have a baby.
I am about to have a
Baby.
baby. I mean, we're in so here's the thing. As we record this right now, we have just over a week until the due date. But my wife, Cindy, is measuring a week early. So we're in, it could be any time now.
I don't know what measuring means.
Like measuring how many weeks the baby is. So he's already
Oh.
pretty much he can come out at any time. So it's whenever
So you think it might happen this weekend?
I kind of do. I thought it'd be funny if she went into labor on Labor Day. But we'll see.
Well, then it's a good thing that my present for the baby arrives tomorrow.
What? You stinker. Ooh, what'd you get?
You're going to have to open it up and see.
All right. Yes,
But
thanks, man.
full disclosure to everybody,
Hmm.
what that also means is
Yes.
that Andrew is going to take a month off of Fun with Horror.
That's right.
But as we have said in previous episodes,
Hmm.
we hope that people won't notice too much, except for maybe a couple of weeks, because we have pre-recorded a couple of episodes.
Yep.
So we've got those ready to go.
Mm.
And then for a couple weeks after that, I should be recording with special guests.
Yay, I'm excited for
So,
this.
and it's going to be fun because whenever we have a special guest, we decided that we would let them pick a movie that they haven't seen and that we'd watch that and then discuss it. So, yeah, so
It's gonna be awesome,
that should
man.
be happening.
I'm
Yeah.
really like, I love doing this, but I'm excited to listen to it as a fan and not have anything really to do with it. Like it's just gonna be interesting. It's gonna be fun. I'm excited.
You better listen.
I'm gonna listen. No, I want our numbers to drop on those weeks, just so everyone will miss me. That'll be the reason.
Now, Andrew,
Yeah.
have you seen Thor: Love and Thunder?
Nope.
You got me.
What if I told you that today you'll leave here different? Pops! Pops! I'm talking to you.
Bro, what you see?
Something above the clouds. That's big.
How big?
Big.
You think whatever killed Pops is out there?
Right here, you are going to witness an absolute spectacle. So what happens next? Are you ready? Are you ready? Here we go.
Okay, so before we move on with this wonderful podcast, let's warn everybody that we are about to spoil Nope by Jordan Peele.
Yes.
So if you have not seen it, unfortunately, the movie is only available for early rental right now, which means paying about $20 to rent it on Apple or wherever, Prime Video, I think maybe.
Yeah, I think so.
But it's worth it, I think. Anyway.
But do I?
But yeah, so we're gonna spoil it.
Yeah.
So this is your chance to pause if you don't want the movie to be spoiled. But without further ado, Andrew,
Oh, buddy.
could you please give us a little 3-minute or so recap of Nope?
Yes. All right, so the movie starts in about, I think, 1993, and we see a sitcom with a chimpanzee that's all bloodied up, and he has demolished the place and beaten up a lot of people. Cut to about present day, where we see Otis, who has a ranch. He's with his son, OJ, who's kind of our main character, and what they do is they train horses to be on movie sets, to be in movies. Well, during this time that they're talking together, Otis is out with one of the horses. Some debris falls from the sky, and Otis is impaled through the head with a coin and dies. We cut to 6 months later now, where OJ and his sister Emerald are kind of now in charge of the company, and they're at a movie, and the horse kind of goes crazy. They get booted off the film. Well, and times are tough, so OJ goes to his neighbor, Jupe, who has this kind of theme park based on horses and rodeos and things like that, but to sell some horses to make some money. Well, while they're there, Jupe takes him into this back room, and it turns out he used to be a child actor, and he was actually on the set at the beginning with that chimpanzee, hiding under the table after seeing him essentially wipe out the entire cast and crew. That night, after he sold his horse, OJ and his sister go back to the farm, and they see OJ is working with one of the horses outside, and something startles the horse, and we see that there's something in the sky. Well, he talks with his sister about it. They think it might be a UFO, so they go to Fry's, which is a fun little shout-out, where they meet Angel, and he gets them all set up with some cameras so they can get a recording of this UFO to make some money off of it. Craziness ensues, of course. At one point, at many points, they see that this cloud is just sitting there in the sky. It turns out the UFO is in that cloud. It never moves, even though the other clouds move. Cut to a little bit later, Jupe knows about the UFO and has actually been feeding the UFO has been feeding these horses to the UFO. We find out at that point that the UFO isn't like a spaceship with aliens. It is the alien itself. It is sucking things up and eating it and spitting out the, non-essentials like coins. During this time, though, he goes out. Jupe has this audience at his place, going to sacrifice, essentially, this horse. Well, the UFO comes and demolishes the place and eats everybody, including Jupe. They all die. So at this point, OJ and his sister realize they need to kill this alien creature, this being. They set up this huge, extravagant trap, if you will. At one point, though, OJ needs to ride off to distract the, we'll call it the UFO, and his sister drives over to Jupe's place, and at Jupe's place there is this giant balloon of Jupe that she lets go in the air. Well, it turns out that this UFO, again, is a creature and kind of a predator, so when he sees this giant balloon, he thinks it's going to attack, and he actually eats the giant balloon, but because he can't absorb any of the non-essentials, it actually makes him implode. During this time, we're not sure if OJ has escaped, but we do see him through the dust of everything that he is safe and alive and well. So he and his sister made it through. There you go.
Or is he?
Or is he? But that's it. What, man? That was so hard though because there's so much like.
I know you left out the best part because you were trying to get under 3 minutes.
I know, I left out a lot, but I figured this is one
that's becoming par for the course with your 3-minute recap.
Yeah,
stuff.
I just do it.
You do so much detail at the beginning, and then you're like, oh crap, I've got a minute left.
I know.
And then craziness ensues, and
well, I'm like, we're gonna dive into this one because there's some meanings behind a lot of things. So we'll take care of you, baby birds. We'll feed you. Don't worry.
We'll do it. Andrew,
Yes.
it's a moment of truth. What did you think of Nope?
So let me say this. When I first watched it, after it was finished, I thought it was kind of a weird movie. This was my initial thought. And I turned to my wife who watched it with me, and I was like, that was weird. And she goes, I liked it, though. It was different. It wasn't like a normal ABC kind of movie.
Yes, the influence of Cindy.
Right? And it stuck with me the next day. I sat there and I was like, you're right. I was thinking it wasn't like a normal ABC movie, and that's okay. That's not a bad thing. It was a nice little realization for me where I went, every movie doesn't have to be A, B, and C. It can be X, Y, and Z and be great. And so, while thinking that, and also while continuing to think about this movie, because it's a movie you think about, I feel like. This is one that sticks with you a little bit. I really enjoyed it. So this became a fantastic
Did you watch it a
movie.
second time or no?
No, I didn't. I did not.
Okay.
I want to, but I kind of want to wait a little
Okay.
bit with this one.
Then let it marinate before you watch it again?
Yeah, exactly. I want this one to sit. But but I will say I really enjoyed it. I really did.
Well, as you know,
Mm-hmm.
this is one of my favorite movies of the year.
Yes.
And like you,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think it was weird, but like you,
Mm.
I'm actually glad that I saw it once in the theater and then allowed it to marinate, because there's a lot to think about with this movie.
Yeah.
And the underlying metaphors and whatnot in the movie are so ingrained in us,
Mm.
because before we get into it, the overall metaphor, the movie is about spectacle and our fascination with spectacle.
Mm.
And it's so ingrained in us that it's hard sometimes to even grasp it, because it's just so normal to be enamored with spectacle.
Right.
But then you start thinking about the different ways that this movie points it out, and I loved it.
Nice.
I've been saying that this is my second favorite movie of the year, next to Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
And I still think that's true because I think Everything Everywhere just affects me like more deeply emotionally.
Sure.
But this one is like I could watch this over and over again.
I totally get that. It's a trip of a movie, man, in a very good way. I mean that
Yeah.
in a complimentary way.
Well, I watched it again, yesterday for this podcast, and immediately after it ended, I sat there and thought I could actually just turn this on again and watch it again right now.
Nice.
Like it's that good. So yeah, I love this movie so much.
Oh, beautiful, man. Oh, I love it. Oh,
So let's get into it, buddy.
yeah. Okay. I got two. I'm sorry. I just have one. One dislike, quote unquote, but really it's actually just I think it might be a mistake. So I'm just going to ask you. At the beginning when Otis is killed,
Mm-hmm.
there is no blood that comes out of it. Later, when it's spitting out all the, things it can't dissolve, all the blood goes on that amazing scene on the house, and it's blood and metal and things. Is there a reason for that, or is that... I don't know.
I mean, that's open to interpretation. I think it was raining blood because it just ate so many people at once.
Okay.
I don't think the creature had been eating that many people.
Gotcha.
It had been eating horses and probably just sucking up all these little things along with the horses,
Mm-hmm.
all these bits and pieces. So I think when Otis was killed, I think it was just, letting go of all the crap that it didn't want to digest.
Gotcha. Okay.
So yeah, I think it was just like he just had a smorgasbord of people.
Gross. Oh, that scene is so awesome, though. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It was haunting and kind of beautiful. That was it, though. Like I said, sorry, I said two, but that wasn't. It was just the one.
That's
But
fine.
It was more just a question, I guess. What about, is there anything that you had for negatives?
No,
Nice. Okay.
nothing at all. I think I love every moment of this movie.
Nice. No, I agree. Like I said, mine was more questions, so.
I mean, for me, I love the way this movie makes me think.
Mm-hmm.
But you also know that I'm a huge Spielberg fan.
Oh, yeah, dude.
And it's interesting to me, a lot of people don't get this, but even the second time, I got it even more, that this movie is so Spielbergian.
Yeah.
It actually follows a very similar plot to Jaws. And I almost feel like it's a big homage to Jaws.
Totally it is. Oh,
Because you
that's
have
good.
different aspects. The thing that stood out to me is, first of all, the pacing of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Just, being introduced to the creature little by little.
Right.
The creature doing things here and there. And then you have your final last act with the heroes of the movie. In Jaws, they were trying to kill it. In this movie, they were just trying to get a photograph, a really good shot of it.
Right.
And you even had a character like Quint. In Jaws, it was Robert Shaw,
Right.
the crazy fisherman.
Yep.
In this, it was the crazy cinematographer.
Right. Yeah. Yes.
God, I have it.
I want to say it.
Antlers
Yes.
Holst,
Antlers Holst. Yes.
which is a great name.
I know, it's awesome.
And played by the amazing Michael Wincott, who shocked me in this movie.
He was great, man.
Oh,
And that
he's
voice.
great.
Oh,
And yeah, his voice.
oh my gosh.
And I gotta say, man, like, I've never found him to be that attractive a man, but in this movie, like, he has gotten old and like just
It's working.
grizzled, and I was like, hell yes,
Right? Yeah, it's working
this is a
for him.
good-looking man.
Yeah. And honestly, it's the voice though too. Like his voice is just perfect. When he's doing like the purple people eater. I was just
Yeah.
like, yeah, dude. Like keep it going.
So real quick, the Jaws similarities
Uh-huh.
that I saw this time were even more.
Oh, okay.
The first time it was mainly him
Uh-huh.
and the pacing of the movie, but Okay, so you have the creature sucks up the fake horse,
Mm-hmm.
and it's got the flags hanging down,
Right.
like constantly until it eventually spits the horse out. But it's got these flags hanging down that reminded me of the yellow barrels in Jaws.
Oh, nice. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then I mentioned Antlers Holst, who
Right.
is this movie's Quint.
Mm-hmm.
The Purple People Eater scene
Mm-hmm.
very much reminded me of the scene where they're in the boat
Yep.
the night before everything happens,
Totally.
and they're singing. I forget the name of that song, but everybody knows it.
Right.
Antlers is the one who gets eaten,
Right.
just like Quint did.
Yep.
And even
Spoiler for Jaws there.
oh yeah. If you haven't seen Jaws, sorry.
That's all right. I think we're good on that one.
And even Antlers reeling the film
Mhm.
reminded me of them fishing off the boat.
Oh, totally.
Jaws.
Same motion and everything.
Yeah, and
Very
that may
good.
be stretching it, but I just, the more I thought about it, the more I saw the similarities.
But that works though too. Oh, now I'm curious. I wanna. I'm curious if Jordan Peele has said anything about that in any interviews, because that's a
I don't
very
know.
cool. I like that. It kind of mirrors it. That's awesome, dude. I love that.
Yeah, so let's start at the beginning real quick.
Mm-hmm.
In the quote,
Oh,
I will cast abominable filth at you, make you vile, and make you a spectacle. Which, did you think about that at all during the movie?
no, but now that I hear it, I'm like, oh, wow, okay.
It's
That-
just like no matter how horrifying or terrifying something is,
Mm-hmm.
we are addicted to the spectacle of it.
Right.
And there is the whole story of Jean Jacket,
Yes.
the
Oh,
creature.
Jean Jacket. Oh my gosh, I could not remember the name. Ugh. Yes.
But there's also obviously the underlying story of Gordy the chimp.
Right.
And that was a horrifying thing that happened.
Right, dude.
But when they're in Jupe's office and he's telling them everything that happened afterwards, how Mad Magazine put Gordy on their cover,
Mm-hmm.
how Saturday Night Live had a skit about
Yep.
Gordy, and how people will pay like thousands of dollars to come sleep in this memorabilia room that Jupiter's made.
Of this horrible
Of-
thing.
Yeah, of the chimp. And he doesn't even think back on it as something horrifying.
Yeah. Although I will say
In
this,
his mind, he does.
Yeah, I was gonna say that scene was kind of beautiful, where he's joking about it, and we see essentially PTSD he has from it still in his
Yeah,
mind.
yeah.
It was kind of a brilliant way to show that it's fine, everything's good, but really it's not.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
man.
true.
Man.
That's very true.
Oh, that was a good scene.
But yeah, like, okay, I've got to come out and ask you, because this is the question when I talk about this movie.
Oh, okay.
The question I hear the most,
Mm.
and the thing that people want to talk about the most, the shoe.
Yeah.
What did you think of the shoe? Do you have an interpretation?
The only thing I thought of it was because throughout the movie we see that, making eye contact with a predator or whatever shows aggression, so that predator will come after you because of it. I almost saw the shoe as some kind of anomaly that got his focus off of Gordy enough where Gordy went, oh, that's my friend from the show. I'm going to give him a fist bump. We're good. So I saw it as just like like what they
Well, I
talk
think
about later.
Gordy extended his fist first.
Right, yes, that's what I mean. Yeah, sorry, yes. But I mean, I saw it as like what he talked about later, a bad miracle. It was a bad
Yeah.
miracle. So it shouldn't have, it just happened. It was a miracle that it happened, even though it was this horrible situation. But because of it, he didn't put his eyes on Gordy. He was focusing on that, which I think, that's my interpretation, is Gordy didn't see his eyes that way and was
Now,
able
did
to...
you read anything about this movie afterwards?
A little bit, but not as much as I would like to have.
Okay.
Yeah.
because that's beautiful. That's pretty much what I think too.
Oh, nice. Hey, right on, dude.
But you took it a little bit further with the whole idea of not looking it in the eye.
Mm-hmm.
I actually did not make that connection,
Oh, right on.
so that's amazing that you just did. Thank
oh,
you.
Thanks, man. Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, I love that. Because that's the question. Like, people are like, well, in this movie about a creature that sucks up humans, people can't get over the fact there's a shoe standing up by itself.
Right.
And
Wow.
I'm like, okay, cool, but you're accepting that this alien lives in these clouds on this up in Aqua Dulce.
Right.
But,
Yeah.
I get it. I get
Right.
it. And, I'm also of the, there's two interpretations. The interpretation that you just gave,
Mm-hmm.
because the question is, was the shoe actually standing up by itself? Or is it just what we see from Jupe's eyes?
Right.
Is it standing up by itself because that's how Jupe saw it?
Right.
Because Jupe's focusing on that and that alone.
Interesting.
So if it's just an interpretation of what Jupe is focusing on,
Mm-hmm.
then the shoe wasn't actually standing up.
I get that. I get that. Yeah.
But as you said, it could have been a bad miracle. It could have been that the shoe was standing up on its own.
Mm-hmm.
And that helped Jupe not look Gordy in the eyes.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of like that one. And then you're like, well, how is the shoe standing up like that? Who knows?
Yeah, it's a miracle.
And that I've also found that there's people that can accept mysteries like that in a movie,
Mm-hmm.
and then there's people that just can't.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
I've talked to people that are like, I just don't accept that. I want to know why the shoe was standing up.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah.
I'm not that way, I don't think. Well,
Well, sometimes.
sometimes I am. That's
Sometimes
true.
you need answers.
Yeah, that's true. But this one
But-
I think worked without.
I'm glad.
Yeah. Thanks, man.
I will say I can't wait for you to watch this a second time.
Mm-hmm.
Because the first time you watch it, you hear the noises that the creature makes. And you're just like, whoa, that's really eerie.
Mm-hmm.
But it's even creepier and eerier when you know what's making those noises.
Right.
When you know that
totally.
it just swallowed up a horse, and the horse is just screaming inside it because it's being eaten.
Yeah, dude.
Ugh.
Oh, God, that's horrifying.
Yeah, and the part where the people are being eaten by it, and it shows inside.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Oh, my
Ugh.
gosh. Yeah. And then you see, like, the kind of decaying... I think it was a horse, right?
Well, it was the horse that it swallowed up. It
Right.
wasn't decaying. It's just it couldn't be digested by
Oh, okay.
Jean Jacket.
Oh, God, that's so gross, dude. But I enjoyed that scene. It was horrifying and actually really creepy and scary and claustrophobic,
Yeah.
but kind of brilliant as well.
Oh, it was amazing.
Yeah. Yoy.
Now, during the opening credits, did you for a minute think that that's inside the spaceship or whatever it is?
I don't think I really did. I guess I didn't really. I don't know. No.
Because I actually did. The first time I saw the movie,
Mm-hmm.
and it shows the opening credits, and you see like the opening in like whatever,
Yeah.
which we later know is inside the creature.
Right.
I actually thought to myself, like, wow, that's inside the spaceship.
Oh, cool.
Of course,
dude.
I didn't know that it was a creature instead of a spaceship, but I
Right.
just had a feeling. And then, yeah, it turns out to be that.
Nice.
I thought
Well
that was
done.
awesome.
That is awesome. What did you think about Otis dying right at the beginning? Any like?
I love that scene.
Yeah,
I thought
okay.
I thought it was terrifying.
Yes, that was. It was really scary. Like it really was, just to think. And then because we don't know it's an alien at that point. But when it cuts to him in Hollywood at the movie, and they go, yeah, his dad died. Like an airplane lost some stuff and it went through him. Like, that's scary, too. I know even though it's an
Yeah.
alien, thinking about that made me go, does that happen? Because that's horrifying. Like, that's scary. So it just, the whole thing kind of, and just seeing him laying there, with his eye.
Dude.
Well, that was horrible. Oh.
Yeah, I mean, I thought the first time I saw it,
Mm-hmm.
like the second time you see it, like you see things so differently.
Uh-huh.
Because the first time it's just a mystery. It's like, what the hell's going on? Like,
Right.
why are these things falling from the sky? Why did this nickel just embed itself? Why is there a key embedded in the horse?
Right.
And then the second time you see it, you know what caused everything. And you're just like, oh, that's terrifying.
Yeah.
And, man, the scene with him driving his dad to the hospital.
Dude.
And you just see his head turn, but you see blood spurting on the window. I'm just like, oh, come on, Jordan Peele.
Right. Yeah. Ugh. Oh, man, that was dark.
Jordan Peele's a damn expert, is all I'm going to say.
Well, honestly, I mean, he's at 3 for 3. How many
Yep.
people can say that? I mean, that's impressive.
Well, people would argue about Us, but I agree
loved
with you.
Us.
Well, I did too.
Oh, that makes me sad that people wouldn't agree with that.
Now, real quick, immediately, where would you place this among Get Out, Us, and Nope?
Oh, man. I would almost tie it. Like, this is hard, man.
Well, which one was your favorite before?
I think Get Out is my favorite.
Okay.
So I would say, I need to rewatch this one because I think I would put it third. Not because it's bad. I really enjoyed the other two as well. So it's hard to. I need to see this one more time before I can cement my answer. I think, but as of right now, I would do Get Out Us.
Okay.
And what about you?
Number 1.
Wow, right on.
Yeah. I love his 3 movies.
Mm-hmm.
I think this one was instantly more rewatchable to me than the other 2. Like, I immediately wanted to watch it again.
Right.
Get Out and Us I really liked, but I needed time. I still actually haven't watched Us a second time.
We just recently did, so I think that might be part of why I have it up higher because I just not that long ago.
See, I need to rewatch that a second time, knowing everything about the movie.
Right.
Man, second viewings are amazing sometimes.
Yeah, I agree. Well, I've learned that from this podcast for sure.
Yeah.
Also, real quick, I just got to throw it out there because Otis is played by Keith David.
Yep.
He's the best. That's all I got to say. I just love
Yeah, and
Keith
he's
David.
barely in the movie.
I know. He's barely. I was kind of bummed. I was like, hopefully we get some flashbacks, which we do get one scene, I guess.
It's a flashback, yeah.
But that's it. I mean, I was like, oh, I love Keith David, though. That's all. I just had to praise him for a sec.
All right, what did you think of Kiki Palmer?
Kiki Palmer.
Well, actually,
Oh.
Daniel Kaluuya and Kiki Palmer, what did you think of them?
Well, they're both great. They both know what they're doing. I've never ever thought anything bad about either of them. Acting wise, I think they're phenomenal. Kiki Palmer's character was a lot of fun to watch, and you could tell she was having a blast with this character.
Good.
And so I loved her. I thought she was great. Not that Daniel didn't either. She just, because he's great too, and he played the character extremely well. But just I feel like that character Emerald is such a kind of that extrovert, the one that has the energy and is happy and excited, and I want to do this and this, and she just played it beautifully, and it really does show that she had fun with it. So she was a standout for me in this movie.
I agree. There's people out there that thought she was a bit too much.
Oh, okay.
But I loved her, and I loved her more the second time I saw it. So
Nice. I get that. I get why people might say it, but for me it worked. I think that's her character. I mean, she's just got a lot of energy, and that as someone that has a lot of energy as well, I was like, I relate. I get that. That works for me. So.
And I actually really liked how reserved and low key Daniel Kaluuya was
Right.
as OJ.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's definitely a choice,
Oh,
not to
yeah.
be more animated,
Yep.
but
But it
I
worked.
loved it.
It worked well with the two of them though, because we had such extreme opposites.
Yeah,
And I thought that was They played well off of each other in that way. I thought that was kind of brilliant. So they both. Everyone in this, honestly, I don't think there was anyone bad in this. Everyone was great.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And of course, and then it led to one of my favorite moments in the entire movie, the quadruple 4 or 5 time hand slap on the porch.
Yeah, dude.
That was amazing.
That was awesome. Yes. I know. I want to do that now.
And then what about Angel? Okay, so you mentioned fries and you mentioned the nice shout out,
Yeah.
which
Aliens.
we know. Oh,
Well,
is that what you meant?
well, that, and then also because I know fries, because I've been there with you.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes,
That
yes,
fries,
yes.
that specific fries, which is right around the corner from my place, but
Yeah.
is not open anymore, unfortunately.
Oh, no way.
Oh yeah, all the fries closed down.
Oh, fries was awesome. That's sad.
And that fries in particular was awesome because it was all like a 50s science fiction Martian movie inside.
It was so cool, dude.
Yeah, I can't believe the design of those stores.
Yeah, they were. Well, that might have been the only one I went into. I don't know.
I have been to the one in Woodland Hills that was modeled after Alice in Wonderland,
Oh, cool.
and I believe the one in Manhattan Beach was Jurassic Park.
Dude, that's awesome. Oh, I'm so sad that those are closed because I'm sure people are listening to this going, "Whoa, like what a cool store."
Yeah, it's like, for people that don't know, Fry's is basically like Best Buy,
Mm-hmm.
but bigger,
Yeah.
a little more technical. Like Best Buy always felt more family friendly,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that's why Best Buy has outlasted most other stores.
Right.
But Fry's was more like, it never felt perfectly clean. It felt like a hardware store kinda, but huge and with a lot of technical stuff like TVs and stuff.
Right.
But yeah, and all the different Fries were modeled after different like genres of movie and stuff. So it was very cool.
Yeah, like in the one that we're talking, there was a UFO in there, like coming out of the wall, and there was
Yeah.
like old cars, like there was an old 50s car sitting there. It was a cool place, dude. I love that.
It was
place.
amazing.
Oh, so
But
good.
yeah, so what'd you think of Angel?
So he's kind of like there. He was a little frustrating. Like I liked him though. I did like him, but he was that character where you're just like, oh, God, this guy.
Well, what about him? Because I'll tell you,
Mm.
I think Angel, especially after my second watch, is my favorite part of this movie.
Nice. No, I said I liked him, believe me, but he kind of came across as the arrogant guy. Like when they're purchasing the stuff from him and they're like, we can handle this. He's like, well, I don't know if you can. I can do it though. I could do it. You know what I mean? He gives those kind of little quips, or he's like, this is my model girl, or this is my girlfriend. She was like a whatever. I don't know. He just came across as that kind of like, I'm a pretty cool guy. But I did like him a lot more as we went through, because when we see him not so maybe macho, I don't know if that's the right word, but when we see him kind of let his guard down and he kind of becomes more of a realistic human and kind of freaking out, and then I liked him. I was like, okay, I like Angel. He's all right. He's a cool guy.
Yeah, I think when you see it a second time, you'll like him more.
Okay. All right.
Because to be honest, he wasn't lying when he said, I think they underestimated what the setup was going to be.
Right. You're right. Yes, absolutely.
And I'm sure OJ could have done it, but Angel's somebody like Geek Squad type person who's done it so many times.
Yep. Nope, I totally get that.
And then just when he just becomes part of them, like he just ingratiates himself on them.
Yeah, I did like that.
It's just awesome. And especially like so this is something I didn't get. I had to have it pointed out, but one of my little favorite things in the movie is, after the whole scene with like the traumatizing scene with Jean Jacket over the house and raining blood.
Yes. Yeah, dude.
You know, they leave and they go to Angel's place.
Right. That's right.
And then
yeah.
OJ and Emerald put on Angel's shirts.
Yep.
So they're all wearing these band T-shirts, these musical band T-shirts. And, of course, I'm sitting there freaking out because Angel's got on a Mr. Bungle shirt. And Mr. Bungle's one of my favorite bands of all time.
Oh, sweet, dude.
So, yeah, I just love that. Like,
Aw.
the moment I saw Mr. Bungle, I was like,
That's awesome, dude. I love that.
But yeah, I love how he became part of it. And he helped out with, like, he seriously helped Antlers when Antlers comes into the movie.
Yep. And I kind of liked their dynamic too. It felt like a teacher and a protege. He just kind of took him under his wing a little bit, you know, and I liked that.
Yeah.
I just thought it was kind of charming. It was cute.
Yeah, totally. I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like Angel is set up kind of at the beginning as kind of the idiot,
Right.
the dunce,
Yep.
but he's not. He's a very smart guy.
Yes, for
and
sure.
I like that. I like that he is an actually very smart person.
Yep. Agreed. So I did read one thing that I was going to ask you about, or what your thoughts are.
Go for it.
We know spectacle. We get that. But I saw another thing where people said this is also a movie that shows a little bit of what Hollywood is like, and the metaphor kind of being that Hollywood chews you up and spits you out, such as the
Ooh.
alien in this. And I was like, interesting. And then I read through, and it was like, well, look at the original first person on the horse. I'm totally drawing a blank of what they called that. But the first video essentially ever was that there was the African American guy on the horse that gets no credit. It's always the white guy that took the video. So again, Hollywood's taking that away. When they lose their job, Hollywood's taking that away. When TMZ shows up and gets killed, it was just a lot of things like that. And I was like, that's kind of an interesting take on this. I like it. I think spectacle is kind of the way to go, but I did enjoy that take. I thought it was kind of fun, especially someone that did have Hollywood chew him up and spit him out. So,
Oh, totally. No, I think that's a really good metaphor.
Mm-hmm.
And I love that interpretation if people got that out of it.
Yeah, I just thought it was interesting, kind of different take on it, but it was cool. It was a cool take.
Because, I mean, the movie starts with OJ and the horse and just how disrespectful the people on the set were.
Right.
Like, they just could have cared less. They just, oh, it's a horse. How cute.
Right.
And he's sitting there trying to tell him things like, don't walk behind him, know, and the guy comes up with the mirror, the special effects ball.
Mm-hmm.
And OJ's like, hey, don't do that. And the guy does it anyway. And the horse kicks out and kicks a bag and almost hurts somebody.
Yep. Yeah.
So, and then, of course, what do? They fire the horse.
Right, exactly.
It's so stupid.
It is stupid. But, again, it's kind of Hollywood chews you up, spits you out, man.
I mean, it was so realistic. It was just such a frustrating scene to watch because that's how people in Hollywood are.
Yeah. Yep.
Not everybody, of course. And,
Right.
hashtag not all Hollywood.
Right. But I definitely saw my fair share when I was there, and I'm sure you have too.
You mean on the set of your Academy Award-winning film Knife Point?
Stop it. Well, yeah, actually, though, there was some Hollywood stuff there, but
Ew.
yeah, believe me, dude. Oh, I'll tell you later. But oh my gosh,
when I pick it for one of our movies, yes.
Stop. I'll get $5 in residuals.
Awesome. That'd be cool. $5?
No, I
Really?
wouldn't. I don't get it. I do get it for a couple other things, but it's like
You
cents.
do?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
It's like
That's a story
cents,
for
though.
another time.
That's another time.
So the first time they're driving to Jupiter's Claim,
Yes. Yeah.
near the beginning of the movie, watching it a second time again, just how rewarding this movie is a second time. It's really awesome seeing them pass all the things that make up the last act of the movie.
Totally.
You know, they make a big point of showing the horse, the plastic horse
Yep.
with the flag rope,
Yep.
and of course the dancing wind people, whatever they call
Oh,
those.
yep. Yep.
You know, they pass all these things on the way to Jupiter's.
The camera, obviously. That's a big part.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah. Totally. Oh, that's cool. I like that.
I loved Jupiter's claim.
Yeah.
That, like, it was built so perfectly down to the music playing on the loudspeakers.
Yep.
And the announce. Part of it was Jupe's voice,
Right.
and part of it was another announcer. But it felt such like a professional small theme park.
Totally.
I loved it. I loved the production design of
Yep.
Jupiter's claim.
No, I completely agree with you. It was big enough to work, but small enough to make it seem like realistic, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it was. I totally agree with you. Everything about it was. I would go there. That'd be fun. I would totally go there and walk around.
And put a coin down the well.
Yep.
Which, of course, we find out later was like the cover poster of one of Jupe's movies before he did the Gordy show. They show it when they're in his office. They keep showing. I forget the name of the movie, but it's a poster that kind of reminds you of the poster for Holes, the movie Holes.
Oh.
It's like from out of a
Yeah.
well, from the bottom of a well, and it shows three people like looking over. So
Oh, cool, dude.
he's letting other people recreate that poster.
That's funny.
I thought that was cool.
That's awesome. Very good.
But Jupe,
Yeah.
Jupe is having his own spectacle. He knows about this alien.
Yep.
It's been eating horses, and he's been planning on showing this off to people
Right.
as a spectacle. And that's something I was like, if he's like showing this alien off to people, why are there so few people in the audience? But watching it this time, I understood that this was a preview
Right. Okay.
of what he was going to be showing.
Makes sense. Got it.
Yeah. So he had been feeding the horses to this alien, but now he was going to start showing this to people.
Mm-hmm.
And, of course, we know what happens. The alien eats all the people in the most horrifying scene.
Yes. Oh, but which actually, so that's interesting too, because if we jump back just for a second, when he's talking with OJ and OJ's saying, "Hey, I want to sell you these horses, but I want to buy them back."
Oh, yeah.
I love that he changes the subject because they're getting
Yep.
eaten. You can't give them back. That's funny.
Exactly. And OJ keeps wanting to talk about it, and Jupe does his best not to.
That's
It's
good.
brilliant.
That's awesome.
And speaking of the spectacle and the show, I remember watching the trailer for this, and there was the shot of the girl with the messed up face.
Yes. Yep.
And God, that was one of the most mysterious things in the trailer.
Yes.
It was like, what does this have to do with aliens and stuff?
Yep.
And now we know, which is even more horrifying when they show the full flashback of Gordy going on his rampage.
Oh god. And you hear the god. Yeah.
You
that
hear
was-
him, basically eating her face off.
Yes. Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
and she lived.
Oh man. But then, you know what's interesting? I read this too. I didn't notice it, but I read it when I was doing a little bit of research. She's wearing a shirt of her
Yep.
character. I think, right, from Gordy's house
Yeah.
or whatever the show was.
Before she got messed up.
Right, which is horrifying and sad.
It's sad, yeah.
Ugh.
And that's the thing, like, she's remained friends with Jupe.
Mm-hmm.
This horrible thing happened to her. But now she's here to see another spectacle, and she just gets swallowed up and eaten by this other creature. Like, oh, it's horrible.
Yep. Oh man.
But again, it leads to one of the best moments in the movie, and I think the part where Emerald and Angel are in the house and the creature's above the house,
Oh my gosh.
and you just, like, the screaming, you hear the screaming of the people.
Oh yes.
Like
Yep.
they're still inside it.
Yeah.
and then it just stops, like it's crunched down on him or something.
Yep. Oh, God.
And then like the blood just starts flowing out the window. And God, those like, I know Jordan Peele has made 2 great movies, but the visuals in this movie were unbelievable to me.
Yes. I
When
totally agree.
OJ drives up and he sees, you don't even see the alien, you don't even see the creature, you just see the shadow and the water like
Yeah.
dripping around. It's just so it's so good, man.
Yeah. I agree. Well, and as you watch the house, getting blood dripped all over it, it's so, like you said earlier, I mean, it's pretty. Like, it's scary and creepy and horrifying, but it's pretty, too. Like, it's a scene, man. If you've not seen it, watch that scene at least. It's awesome. Man.
Yeah. It's one of the best. Yeah, I think it's probably my favorite scene in the movie.
I agree. Absolutely. Yeah.
And that's when it's when OJ kind of realizes not to look at the thing.
Right.
Which the first time I saw it, I thought that was kind of strange. Like, how did he just suddenly realize don't look at it
Right.
and it won't do anything? But then he explains it. I noticed that he explained it a little bit, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You don't look at a predator. You don't look a predator in the eyes.
Right. Yeah.
And it worked with this too.
And I appreciated. Sometimes I don't appreciate when a movie shows something that happened earlier, because I'm like, hey, I'm smart. I know what you're doing there. But this time I appreciated it when they showed the horse look at itself in the little ball, because it does a quick flashback,
yeah.
and I was like, got it. Okay.
Yeah.
I needed that. This one, it helped me with this one, so this time I wasn't offended by it.
Yeah, that was really good.
Mm-hmm.
But then we come to, so let's talk about the final act of the movie.
Yeah, dude.
So all the dancing people, the dancing wind things.
Yeah,
Dude, how brilliant was that?
that was awesome. It was perfect.
To show where Jean Jacket is.
Yep.
And of course, quick aside, they name the creature, Emerald names it Jean Jacket after their first horse.
Right,
After her
yes.
first horse. But yeah, like they use those. Jean Jacket, whenever it's over, it knocks out all electronics.
Right.
So the TMZ person was perfect.
Yes.
And
I love
so
that.
weird. I love the TMZ person because, first of all, I hate TMZ.
Yes. Oh, me too.
I hate the fact that they're the first on the scene all the time.
Right.
I love the fact that this guy just got destroyed.
Yes. That was awesome.
Not to wish harm on anybody, but yeah, and the fact that he looked like this futuristic
Yes.
person, it was so weird.
It was.
She's like, I'm sorry, we're filming here, we're doing a test, and he's like, have you seen that cloud?
Yeah.
And it's just so weird.
It was weird, but it worked.
And then he just starts to film her,
Yeah.
and she just realizes he's TMZ,
Yep.
and it's just like, okay. And then Angel's like, what do you think happens when an electronic motorcycle just suddenly hits an electric damping field?
That was
And
awesome.
then bam. And the guy's just like screaming.
Yes. And I love that OJ, of course, being the hero that he is, goes to help. And then, like, Jean Jacket shows up and he's like, well, bye.
Yeah, yeah.
goes.
He's like, I'm sorry, man.
Yeah. Oh, well, actually, before that, the guy is so gross. Like, it's again that Hollywood chews you up and spits you out, where he's like, record this, like, record me.
Oh, yeah. All he cares about is his camera.
Yeah. It's like, oh, God.
Come on, dude.
Disgusting.
Spectacle.
Yep, exactly.
Okay, so, yeah, then we have the weird part where Michael Wincott as Antlers
Yeah.
pulls a Quint,
Yep.
and he's like, I'm going to get the best shot. And he just goes out there. It's like, come on. And just like invites Jean Jacket to swallow him up so he can film himself being swallowed up.
Yes, dude.
Like, yeah, but where's that film going to go, man?
Yeah,
Come
right.
on.
Yeah, think before you get eaten. Come on.
But it's okay.
yeah, it was a fun scene. I enjoyed it.
What did you think about Jean Jacket's transformation?
I thought it was interesting. I thought it was really cool, actually. and not something I was at all expecting.
Yeah, right?
At all. So
Like, we figured we had seen Jean Jacket in its form.
right. Yes, exactly.
And then all of a sudden it becomes this, like, beautiful butterfly-type creature.
But it was cool looking, and I loved the green, I don't know, mouth, I guess you'd call it.
Yeah.
It kind of like paper almost was flinging out. I mean, it was interesting design, but I dug it.
And again, the creature itself makes a spectacle of itself.
Oh, very good.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, it makes itself into this big, beautiful thing, but at the same time, it's still scary. It's still terrifying. Like, when, it's awesome. I love how OJ is distracting the creature away, and then Emerald, she's got the electronic motorcycle.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's just trying to get the creature far enough away so that she can activate the motorcycle and get away.
Right.
And then she does. But when the creature turns and starts following her,
Yes.
dude, I was like, that was scary.
Yeah, that would have been a really cool poster, actually. It's a cool shot of her on the cycle with it chasing her.
Yeah, but you don't want to give that away.
No, of course not. No. But it would be a cool poster.
Now, before we talk about the end, there's one part of the movie I did forget to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
It's another very scary part. What did you think of the part where OJ goes in his barn or in his horse stable and the kids in the outfits?
Oh, go. Dude, I was freaky.
Dude, right?
When you see the one stand up, I was like, both
Yeah.
Cindy and I were like, oh no.
Were you disappointed at all that it was just kids in costumes?
A little bit, yeah, because they were
Yeah,
creepy
I've heard that.
looking.
And but again, this is just Jordan Peele's expert filmmaking.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he made that scene so, like, so tense and just scary. Amazing.
Yeah.
And of course, OJ punches the one kid.
I know. I was
Ow.
like, oh my gosh. He just hit a kid. But hey.
Well,
that's
he didn't know.
I know. That's what I'm saying. It's that
He
kid's
thought he was
fault.
punching an alien.
Yeah. Yeah, that was good. And it was funny, too, because I didn't. Like, I was like, why are they dressed like that? Like, that's weird that they're dressed like aliens, but it made sense later. And I was like, oh, cool.
Yeah, because they're just what they think the aliens look like.
Right,
Or
yep.
what Jupe thinks.
Exactly.
And which brings up, again, sorry we're jumping all over the place with this movie,
I
but
like it.
another thing I appreciated was when Jupe is having that show. And he's just doing it like so many shows like that theme parks do.
Right, yeah.
I can't talk right now, but the fact that he's like, in 1 hour,
Right.
your lives are going to be changed. And I'm like, what? 1 hour? Why 1 hour? And then he's like, but first, let me introduce. And he's like,
Yep.
he's going to draw it out.
Yep.
He's going to make something that normally takes like minutes. He's going to draw it out to an hour show
Yep.
and do these kids dancing
It's
or doing whatever.
Yeah.
But then Jean Jacket has other plans, of course,
Yep.
and eats everybody. Love it.
Yep. No, I totally agree, and it is exactly like one of those shows where they're.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally agree.
Now, the one thing, still talking about the middle of the movie, the one thing I definitely have to remember to do when I watch this again is to look for that cloud. Because Angel comes over and he's like, guys, you have to see this.
Right.
And he points out the cloud that never moves. And even OJ says that cloud's been there for the past 6 months, pretty much since his dad died.
Right.
So that's another thing. This creature seems to have been there for 6 months. Even Jupe says for the past 6 months. So it is possible that the creature ate people somewhere else,
That's true. Yeah.
spit out their blood somewhere else, and then just came to this valley to find new food
Mm-hmm.
and spit out all these pieces of whatever.
Right.
I don't think it's not a mistake. It's just well open to interpretation.
I agree. Yeah, I don't think that That doesn't bother me.
But that's the
yeah.
first time Jean's jacket shows up was when his dad dies.
Right.
When Otis dies.
Yep.
But yeah, that the next time I watch, I have to watch early in the movie. I have to watch for that cloud.
Yeah. Yes. Yep. Exactly.
So I'm sure it's there the entire time. You just don't really realize it.
Yep. That's interesting. I love that.
So now jumping back to the end of the movie, Emerald has attracted the creature. This is what you mentioned in your recap. I loved the big balloon of Jupe.
Yes, that was perfect, dude. It was perfect.
Yeah. So great.
Yeah.
Now, here's the interesting thing, buddy.
Lay it on me.
So she goes to the well. They haven't been able to get a great shot of the creature yet, although I would argue that there's some good stuff on the film.
Right. Yes. Yeah.
But I'm thinking that the creature messed all that up when it flew over that part and was trying to suck up Angel.
Yep.
Another great scene, by the way, where the creature's trying to suck up Angel, but he's like wrapped himself in barbed wire.
That was awesome.
Come on, man. What a movie.
I know.
So she goes to this well, and she starts putting coins in it after she's let the balloon Jupe fly up into the sky.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end, she finally gets the shot
Right.
of the creature about to eat the balloon Jupe.
Yep.
And then balloon Jupe blows up, and the creature sucks it in. Balloon Jupe blows up and essentially pretty much kills the creature, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. That's how I saw it.
But here's the thing. So this is the part that's open to interpretation, my friend.
Oh, okay.
Because you very, very confidently said, but OJ shows up at the end, and everybody's alive and well.
Right.
But is he?
Help me out.
Well, that's open to interpretation. I think most people would like the happy ending.
Right.
But there's also the interpretation that when she lets the balloon go, we don't see OJ looking up at the balloon. We see Angel getting up from where he had fallen, and he's watching the balloon fly in the sky, but you never see OJ. You don't see... The last you see of OJ, he's taking the creature away, but we actually hear the horse kind of screaming.
Right.
So one of the interpretations is that the creature did get OJ. And after it sucked OJ up, it started running after her. OJ did sacrifice himself so that she could get away. And what she's seeing there at the end is just also
Her perspective, kind of like
her perspective,
beginning.
what she would like to see. What does the little sign say? Like, he's framed inside the gate, and the gate says, "Out yonder."
Huh.
So maybe she's just seeing an image of OJ. Yeah, and yeah, like you just said, it's the same image as the first motion picture of the guy on the horse.
Right.
And so she's seeing a reproduction of that image, but with OJ. So is she just
Well, what I was
looking at
thinking...
his ghost in her mind?
Right. What I actually didn't mean that picture, but that does make sense now. No, I meant if the beginning with the or excuse me, not the beginning, I guess, but if the shoe were through Jupe's eyes, and then this was through her eyes. You know what I mean? Like, that could connect if that's how people saw it. So that's... Oh, I don't like that, though. I want OJ to be okay.
I see. I'm fine with somewhat sad endings. She still got the shot, and she still made it. She still lived. But
Right.
I like the idea of him sacrificing himself.
I like it. It just makes me sad.
I do think I personally think OJ died.
Okay.
Watching it a second time, I think OJ sacrificed himself for her. The first time I thought he lived. I thought he had just shown up.
Mm-hmm.
But this time I think no, I think she's just seeing him. I think the biggest clue is the gate that says "Out yonder."
Right. Right.
Which is like heaven.
Right.
And plus, like, he never says anything. He just shows up and he's surrounded by fog and stuff, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
So.
Oh. All right, I get that.
Again, if you want to think that OJ showed up at the end and he's alive, that he made it, that's totally up to you, too.
I'll let you know when I watch it a second time.
What else you got? You got anything else?
That's kind of my notes, man. What about you? Anything?
I think that's pretty much it. I mean, we've talked about the spectacle of everything.
Right.
And that's, again, it's I think it's just so hard to grasp because it is so ingrained in us.
Right. Yep.
But when you look at every little thing in the movie, and the fact that spectacle is mentioned many times,
Mm-hmm.
it's
It really
just,
is.
yeah, it just leaves you a lot to think about.
Yeah. It's a interesting movie and a fun one to pull apart.
For show.
Should we do 3 questions?
Let's do it.
All right.
Who would cross the bridge of death must answer me these questions 3.
Okay, Andrew,
Yes.
question number 1.
Oh boy.
What did you think was the best death or kill in this movie?
I think I gotta go, even though we don't necessarily see it, I gotta go with like the massacre at Jupe's place. Everyone getting sucked up and eaten.
Same.
Nice. Oh,
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Yeah. So good, dude.
Excuse me.
You're good.
I mean, when we did Texas Chainsaw Massacre, I went with a similar scene.
right. Yeah.
So I totally go with that.
Yep.
Number 2, do you think this movie is scary?
I think there are aspects to it that are scary. I think, actually, in all honesty, for me, the scariest parts were actually Gordy, because I mean, that's happened, and that kind of scares me. I think more things that are more plausible freak me out a little more. So that intro scene actually scared me. Like, I felt uneasy. Overall, the whole movie, there's scary moments. I didn't lose sleep, but this definitely made me think. It's a good thinker. So I would say overall it's not scary, but I could see people being freaked out by it. Yeah.
I think this movie can be very scary.
Fair. Okay.
I mean, it's dealing with UFOs,
Right.
and then it's dealing with more than a UFO. It's dealing with an actual creature.
Right.
Like you, I thought the Gordy scene was the most terrifying thing
Yes.
the first time I saw it, but this time, every time you hear the horses screaming inside the creature or people,
Yeah.
to me that was the scariest thing. So
Totally fair.
knowing what was inside the creature, it scared me more this time.
I get that. No.
I also think the scene with the kids in the alien costumes is scary as hell until it's revealed that they're just kids.
Yes. No, I agree. And like I said, there's scary moments for sure. I just said overall, I think, for me,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, Andrew,
Yes.
did you have fun with horror?
I did. I did have fun. Like I said, I didn't at first until it sunk in. And then when it did and I thought more about it, I did have fun with this movie, man. I really did.
I did too.
Nice.
I did too. I thought you know that.
Yes.
Now, finally, before we stop talking about this movie, I just sent you a text and I'd like you to look at it.
Okay.
I think this is brilliant. So, the marketing of this movie had a bunch of posters of all the different characters looking up into the sky.
Yeah.
But the one that people pointed out, which I thought was brilliant, was a poster of Jupe. And anybody that's still listening, go look up the poster, the Nope poster with Jupe. And he's looking up and he's got a cowboy hat. But if you've seen the movie, you realize that the cowboy hat looks an awful lot like the jean jacket creature.
Nice, dude.
And of course, it sucks up Jupe.
Yep. Oh, that's
So-
good. I'm looking at it. Totally. It looks exactly like it. That's awesome.
Yeah. I mean, it definitely can still be a cowboy hat. But
Right.
It could be jean jacket as well.
Brilliant.
In fact, let me look at it a little bit closer. No. Because there is one thing. Jean jacket has like a little notch or something at its like head or something,
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
if you can call it a head,
Right.
that this one doesn't have. But anyway, I still think it's kind of brilliant.
I
And
do
I'd love
too.
to get some confirmation from Jordan Peele that was on purpose.
I would assume, because that's awesome. Oh.
Nope.
It's in a cloud. It's in a cloud.
Oh, Jay! It's in the cloud!
Yeah, no.
Run, OJ!
Well, thank you. You didn't pick
You're
this. I
welcome.
did. I picked this.
You're
Thank
welcome.
me for picking a cool movie.
Yeah, but I forced you to pick it.
That's true. So thank you. Thank you.
And hey, look, we survived an entire episode of me recording with COVID.
Nice, dude. Look at you.
I hope it wasn't too annoying.
No, no. And if anyone has a problem, they can email us at
funwithhorrorpodcast@gmail.com.
boom. Plug. All right, my man. What are we watching? What are we watching this?
Before that, I've got something else to talk about.
Oh, okay. Please.
I just want to say that Ziggy the Horror Cat is laying here on my bed right now with only like small. He usually goes and sleeps up on top of this cabinet we have in the middle of the day, and he did that today too. But otherwise, I just want to say that he has been taking care of me this entire time. Because like I said, I'm isolated in the bedroom, laying in the bed constantly, and he's just been laying on the bed with me.
Oh, good job, Ziggy. Way to be
Even
a
though
good
this is
boy.
the hottest room in the house right now. It's like in the hundreds in LA right now, so it's
Yeah.
bad. But anyway, yeah, it's time for me to pick my next movie.
Yeah, what are you picking?
Well, buddy, you know James Gunn?
I've heard of him.
Well, he directed some movies called Guardians of the Galaxy Volumes 1 and 2. But before that, his first theatrical big motion picture was a movie called Slither.
Nice.
And I haven't seen it.
Nice, dude.
So for my next movie, we are going to watch Slither.
Oh, boy. Oh, man. I have seen this, so I'm excited,
You
dude.
have seen it.
I have.
Okay.
A long time ago, but yes. Yeah. Ooh, okay.
Of course, now this is the magic of podcasting.
Mm-hmm.
We've already seen this movie and recorded the episode on it.
That's
because
right.
you're going on hiatus after this episode. But boy, for a second there, we had people going.
I think we did, yeah.
We had people going as if we hadn't recorded that episode yet.
Right.
And we're going to.
Dude, we're so good.
We're so good.
I actually
People aren't
know-
gonna even notice that you're gone.
Yeah, I actually even know what your thoughts are on that movie.
Me too.
and the movie after that.
And wait, you picked that movie,
Oh, yeah, that's right.
or you're going to pick that movie.
That's right.
Wink, wink.
Wink.
Podcastception.
How exciting.
It is exciting. But yeah, next week, join us.
Yes.
We'll be talking about Slither.
Nice. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, everybody. Thank
yeah.
you for dealing with COVID Scotty this week.
No, I hope everyone is sending good vibes to you, man.
I know they are,
I know.
except for that one guy who's like, it'd be a really good podcast if Scotty died.
Oh, go. Oh, my gosh. I hope we don't have anybody listening that says that.
I wish Pumpkinhead had killed him in that one episode. Then I can have Andrew all to myself.
Aw. I like that.
That's what he sounds like. He goes,
Why don't you like me? Is that
Aw,
what he said?
hey,
Aw.
call back to our first episode.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, ever.
I had to do it before our hiatus. Everyone
I guess
listening
you had to
won't
also
know, but
give a call back because this is our 60th episode.
60.
60.
Man.
40 more episodes, buddy.
Dude. And then that's 1/10 of 1,000.
We're almost there.
We're almost to 1,000. My gosh. Dude, I love you.
I love you, buddy.
And I
Thanks for recording this podcast with me.
Thank you. And I hope you feel better soon, man. I really do.
Dude, you're going to have a kid soon.
I know.
That's amazing. I can't wait to see the first pictures of you holding that baby.
I know. Honestly, I'm telling you, boy, I got a feeling this weekend we're going to be a family of 4. But we'll see.
You have a feeling. We'll see.
We'll
a lot
see.
of people were guessing closer to the due date.
Yep.
Like your dad guessed the 9th, I think.
No, my sister did. My dad guessed the 18th because that was my mom's birthday. So
Oh.
I know. So that's what he wanted. But
So close.
I know.
That's so nice.
I know. It's cute. It's cute.
It's very nice. But your sister guessed the 9th.
Yep.
I didn't make a guess, but I'm guessing the 4th.
Nice. All right. 3 days. I'm guessing the 4th with you, man. I
May
love
the
4.
4th be with him. No, not May the 4th. September the 4th be with you.
If it's May, Cindy's going to be in a lot of pain in a few months, man. Oof.
Tell her to just hold out till October.
That's true. If we could have an October 31st, baby.
Oh, an October baby.
Oof.
No, not on October 31st, because then we got to celebrate its birthday.
That's
or
true.
his birthday. We got to celebrate his birthday, and it's like, can we just enjoy Halloween?
Right.
We got to celebrate his birthday again.
I know.
Oh, God. Can't wait till he's 18.
Right.
We can just call him from college. God.
He will not ruin Halloween for me anymore.
Nope.
Well, I came down to earth, and it hid in a tree. I said, Mr. Purple People Eater, don't eat me. Well, he looked at me, and in a voice so gruff,